In this video, we are going to study about free fall under gravity. This is another kind of motion in which a body travels under the effect of gravity. It would be at some height above the ground, and it will come towards the ground because of gravitation force. So there will be a few parameters that will be related to this. The most important is acceleration due to gravity, which you have studied in lower classes, which we denote as g, and its value is given as 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square depending upon the question. Now in this condition, when a body is falling towards earth, then there will be the value of the direction of acceleration due to gravity will be downward. When the body is going upward, then the direction acceleration of gravity will also be downward. So in both of the cases, one which we will be taking as positive and one we will be taking as negative. So first let us define the free fall. So we can write for free fall that motion of a body under the effect of gravity. Now remember, this particular motion is only under the effect of gravity, no other force, just gravity. We will neglect the air friction. If there is any other body present which is changing the motion of the body, all those effects will be neglected and only the effect of gravity is considered. So when there is such kind of motion, then such motion is called a free fall. The body is falling freely only under the effect of gravity. So acceleration we already did is this. Now near the surface, now all the questions that we are going to do will be near the surface, that is up to a few meters of height. Let us say a 500 meter or maximum 1 kilometer of height. So for that, the value of acceleration due to gravity will be considered to be uniform. We will not include other factors like very large height or the depth inside the earth. It will be a simple problem, a simple assumption that a body is falling from a very small height. So for this we can take two directions, downward and upward, and one of them can be positive. So it actually depends upon us which one we are going to take positive. So I am going to write both the cases. So first is, if we take downward direction positive, if downward direction is taken as positive, then there will be changes in equation of motion. V will be equal to u plus then at instead of a. In the case of this we have g, so I am going to write g here. So when the downward direction is positive, then it is the direction of acceleration due to gravity, so that's why g will also be positive. Similarly, second equation of motion will be, third equation of motion, and the nth distance covered, nth height covered. Now it is falling down, so we will take height. So nth height covered will be equal to u plus g by 2, 2n minus 1. So when we are taking downward direction as positive, then all the values of g will be positive because g is already directed towards the surface of the earth. But if we take upward direction positive, if we are taking upward direction positive, then v will be equal to u minus gt. G will now be minus because the direction of g is downward and we are taking upward direction positive, so g will be considered to be negative. So v will be equal to u minus gt. And similarly, changes in other equations of motion will also be there. So it depends upon us whether we are taking the reference point or the direction, the choice of reference or choice of direction is upward or downward. Accordingly, the plus or minus signs will be adjusted. Now, let us take an example. Let us say there is a boy which throws a ball upward with some speed u, and we have to find time to reach maximum height and the maximum height up to which the ball will go. So we'll make a diagram. Always try to make a diagram of the situation given in the question. It will help you a lot in solving the problems. So there is a boy who is throwing a ball in upward direction with some velocity, with some speed u. So when the ball is going in the upward direction, g will be downward. G is always downward, so it will go in upward direction, and because the acceleration is downward, that means the value of u will keep on decreasing, and there will be a point at which the final velocity will become equal to 0. This point will be the maximum height that is achieved by the ball. After this point, the ball will not go any further in upward direction, it will start coming in downward direction. So we are going to solve this. We are going to use first equation of motion, v equals to u plus gt. Final velocity is vf, so we'll take it 0, and u, and because u is upward and g is downward, so we are taking g as negative, because g is, we can say that g is opposite to the velocity. This minus sign is coming because g is opposite to the direction of u, and t is the time to reach this point, the highest point. So from this we can find out that t will be equal to u by g. So this will be the answer to the first part. For the second part, we can use third equation of motion, u square. Now I'm directly writing it, 2g and h, which is the maximum height. We are taking x as the maximum height. So from here it will be 0 u square minus 2gh. So h will come out to be u square upon 2g. This will be the answer to your second part. Now these two, you should remember these two formula, because they are very general formula and they will be used again and again in several questions. So we do not need to solve them all the time. If you can just remember these two values, then it will become very easier for you. Now another important concept which is related to this is that time of ascent, that is the time for which the body is going upward above the ground, will be equal to the time of descent. That is the time taken by the body to go upward to reach the maximum height, and time taken by the body to come to the ground from the maximum height. Both of these times are equal. So time of ascent equals to time of descent. That is the time taken to reach maximum height is equal to the time taken to come to ground from maximum height. So that will be, this time of ascent will be equal to 2t, this value. So it will become equal to 2u by g, and it's also a very important concept, very important formula. So remember these formula, and we will use these formula directly in the questions.